See there? I can't even start the dang on video off on the right foot. I done turned these settings off. Dang heifer still. She's still in my business. And then actually Trader Joe's has a salmon rub, which is pretty good. On the salmon, it has like a smoky flavor. It's very, very good. Hey y'all, hey. Happy Saturday. Y'all, it's about 11. I already changed our sheets. I'm still waiting for Ty to get up. You know, nothing going on but some household chores today. I woke up with like a craving for, hold on y'all, let me tighten this phone thing. A craving for some salmon, so I'm actually defrosting some salmon in the fridge. Let me show you guys the kind that I'm using. Hold on. All right, hold on. Okay, so this I got at Target, but it's just the farmed Farm Atlantic salmon. Y'all, somebody help me, please. Anyway, I'm just thawing it out, and it's ready now. So they're just literally $20 for that. But anywho, it still has the skin on it, which I normally take it off, but I think I'm gonna leave it on for today. I did want some Brussels sprouts with it, but I cooked those already. So I'm going to actually cook some candy carrots with instant potatoes, y'all. We're just gonna fix these up and make them feel like homemade, but I'm just gonna use some instant potatoes because I ain't got time. I'm hungry and I don't have time. So let's actually get the carrots cooking because they take a little minute. So what I'm gonna do is actually put the carrots into this skillet right here. I'm gonna let them cook down first before I add anything to it because it does have water because it was frozen. I'm gonna just let it cook down a little bit before I do anything else to it. So we'll set that on the 4 and just let that do its thing for a moment. Because the potatoes are instant, you know, you gotta really watch those when you're doing instant potatoes. So I'm gonna save those for last, but for the salmon, I'm gonna go ahead and get that and put it on here and get it seasoned up so we can get it in the pot. I'm gonna put just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the pot first, so let's do that. All right, it looked like a lot, but I was trying to cover the bottom. There we go. It looks just like that to cover the bottom. All right, so now let's get the salmon out of the pack and get it on this tray here. Now I don't want to saturate it, but I will give it a nice little rinse off with a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, and here is the paper, the wrapper on top of the freezer so that I can put these in there, and we're gonna throw that away. We're gonna sprinkle a little lemon juice on it and then pat it dry. Okay, so I put a little bit of lemon juice on it. So I'm gonna give it a little pat. Pat it dry, both sides. I didn't want to completely rinse off the lemon because I do want a little bit of the lemon flavor in it. So, but I have to rinse the pan from all that, you know, fish grease that sit up, or fish juice that sit up in there. So let's clean up our mess. All right, y'all. Let's get our little hand rag ready. Y'all know how I do. I live in bleach. So I'm gonna get the bleach, a little wash rag, put a little water on it. That way I have it ready to wipe my counter off, because you know we always cook with a clean surface. So we want to make sure we have all of the stuff we need ready to wipe and go. Okay, so also, I don't like my fish to smell like fish either, but I want a little bit of flavoring on it. So I'm also going to use some balsamic glaze with vinegar on the salmon. And I'm going to actually use my, is this the one I want to use? Yeah, we'll go with this flavor. We're going to use the sesame teriyaki. If you haven't tried it on your salmon, it is absolutely to die for. So the carrots are just right now. So I'm going to just mix them up just a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna let the carrots kind of cook down a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some butter in it. So I'm gonna get my butter ready. Just my stick butter. I don't need to use anything fancy. Let me get another cube because my other one is almost done. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. The girl trying to one-hand it. I don't think it's going to work, so hold on. All right, we're just going to add a little bit of water to the carrots now. A little bit. That was probably 2/3 of a cup of water. I'll just let it cook down a little bit more before we start doing anything. Okay, so I have my stick of butter. And I'm going to go ahead and get that unwrapped and put that in my butter dish really quick. Y'all, I got so many cute butter dishes. I was so tempted. There was one for $17 that was a flip top. I might still get it because it's so cute. But, okay, so I got my butter ready. Now, I'm going to go ahead and season the salmon. I'll show you right now what I'm going to season it with. Okay, so for the salmon, I'm going to go in with some Kinder's All-Purpose. Now, with your salmon, you don't want to go too heavy on the seasonings because it will be, you don't want it salty. And salmon does absorb seasoning really nicely, though. It's, you know, it's a minute before it will be salty, but you can't go crazy. So I'm just going to season it a little bit with this Kinder's All-Purpose. Again, this is a meat and veggie rub. So it's great on vegetables, by the way. And then actually Trader Joe's has a salmon rub, which is pretty good. On the salmon, it has like a smoky flavor. It's very, very good. So we're going to go in there, put some of that. Okay. I love Complete. It just has some of the extra seasonings that a lot of other ones don't have. So just very lightly with the complete, very lightly. Okay. And of course, most of them have paprika in it, but paprika is your best friend. So go ahead and use a little paprika. And now I'm gonna sprinkle some of this balsamic glaze. I got this at Target. This is the Good and Gather. It's glaze with balsamic and vinegar of Modena. So I'm going to put some of this on here. Just like that. All right, fam, so I just cleaned up the other stuff that I have here. So I got the ingredients ready for everything else that we're gonna get together. So for the instant potatoes, the key to making it taste more like real potatoes is adding in the extra stuff. So here is the baby red. They have loaded baked, they have butter, they have so many of these instant ones. And then I'm going to go in with some real bacon bits. I always season my potatoes with some chicken bouillon, ranch, and Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to use those, and if you feel fancy, throw a little parsley on it, because the green speckles and flakes make it look all fancy. So that's for there. And then of course, I like to go in with some grated Parmesan cheese. So, or this is shredded, sorry, shredded Parmesan cheese. So I got that stuff ready. The salmon is already seasoned, so I'm just letting that sit for just a second. And once it starts to cook and it's almost done, then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this and a little bit of honey. And I'll show you that. Now the carrots are boiling enough for me to go ahead and add butter and brown sugar. Let me show you what the carrots look like. So here are the carrots. They're boiling now. Now because they're boiled in a bag, they don't take, you know, a god-awful time to get soft. So now we can go in and add butter and brown sugar. So this is about 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons. I like a lot of butter in mine. So there's that. And then you're going to go in with your brown sugar. Okay, and I'm going to go in with some nutmeg, and cinnamon, and vanilla. And because I used a brown sugar, it's not going to be like super duper sweet, which would be perfect for the carrot. But believe it or not, if you add a little bit of salt to it, it's going to balance out the sugar. So a little bit of salt. All right, so I'm just gonna get a spoon and taste the mixture and make sure that it's sweet enough for me. Because it's a carrot, I don't want it overly sweet, but I do want a touch of sweetness in it. So I did order some tasting spoons, so I'm excited to get those. But for now, perfect. Oh my God. That's so good. It's a perfect amount of sweet and salt. So now I'm going to cover and just let it cook down. It's on 4 right now, so it's not super high. Now we are going to turn our attention to the salmon. Now you can do it a couple different ways. You can do like a light breadcrumby thing over the top of it, or you can just do it this way with just the actual salmon. So I'm going to turn the fire on and then on low. I'm going to let that heat up for a second, and then we're going to put the salmon in the plate or in the pot. And then while we're doing that, as the salmon is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get the potatoes ready. Again, they're instant, so they're very quick to cook. So y'all know we got to clean up our workspace, so let's do that. All right, guys, it is warm enough now. I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it. A little bit of butter. About 2 of those. Let that melt down. Okay, so we're going to add the salmon in skin side down first. Okay, so this is how it looks right now. This is how the carrots are looking. So I'm going to test it and see if they're ready. If they are, we're just going to turn them off and let them sit. All right, so let's try the carrots with a fork. Depends on how you like your carrots. If you like yours a little more crunchy, then obviously you test it until it gets there. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't want a soggy one, and I don't want it too crunchy, so let's test a carrot. Never test over the food, you guys. And never double dip your spoon or fork. Okay. Okay. That's perfect. So I just turned it off. Just simmer and wait for everything else. So here's what our salmon's looking like. I'm gonna flip it over. A little bit of cook on this side. Okay, so while it's on this side with the skin, I'm going to go with a little bit of the salmon rub on the back of the skin. A little bit of olive oil. Okay, so when I make mine, I like to flip it on the sides as well so that the sides get a nice even cook as well. Look at that color, you guys. So just do that for a couple seconds, flip it on the side. All right, now we're gonna flip it onto the other side. You don't want your salmon overcooked, so you may have to hold it sometimes, but there we go. It's getting that little bit, I'm sorry y'all, my doorbell is ringing, but it's getting that little bit of color on all sides. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it back on the side with the skin, because that's where I'm going to end up the last part of the cook, is on the skin. But what I'm going to go in now that it's all glazed, I'm going to go in with my sesame teriyaki and a little bit of honey for the sweetness. And it's almost time to take it off, guys. You don't want to overdo your salmon. And just a little bit of honey. Just a small drizzle over the top of it is all. Okay, now you're going to do a really quick, turn the fire off. You're going to do a really quick flip it over so that it can brown on the top with that marinade in it. You want that to brown in there. And if you look at the top, because we put the seasoning and the olive oil, it allowed it to kind of fry the skin. So some people eat the skin, some people don't, but if you season the skin and kind of fry it lightly, it's really, really good. Okay, so I turned the fire off. Now we're going to flip our salmon back over. And I'm going to show you this beautiful color, you guys. It's so beautiful. But I like to swish it around in the little marinades. Give it a little swish so it gets all the little juices. Swish it, swish it, swish it in the juices. Alright, I'm going to get these put. Alright, so if you're not sure, you can use a fork to test the middle part of the salmon to make sure it's fully cooked. So you can stick your thing in there. It's quite fluffy and nice. Anything pink is a no-go, unless you like raw salmon, which is actually. Alright, this is what our salmon is looking like. It looks so good. And if you want to be fancy, y'all, just hold on. Alright, this is what the salmon's looking like. It looks so good. And if you want to be fancy, just put a little bit of parsley on the top and make it look all pretty. And there you go. Alright, let's get to our mashed potatoes. Alright, you guys, so it's time for the mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to go in on a medium heat. And I'm going to go in with 1 cup of water to start. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with about a cup, maybe a cup and a half of chicken broth. We'll see how much the pack takes, but this is chicken broth. Okay, so we're going to let that come to a boil for just a second. Let's throw in some butter to boil with it. I do butter twice in my mashed potatoes. Okay, so go in with a little bit of butter and then a little bit of salt and pepper for the boil. The other stuff comes after, but we're going in with a little bit of salt and pepper while the water's boiling. You don't need much because you have your chicken broth. But this is just how I do my instant to make it feel much more like homemade mashed potatoes. So let's let that boil. Okay, so the water is boiling. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our mashed potatoes here. Again, that's just the Idaho. I think these were $1.29 at Walmart. Okay, so put the mashed potatoes in. Before it starts to clump up, you do have to start stirring it, which is why I said everything's kind of a quick process when you're making these. You got to be kind of quick, fast, in a hurry. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of chicken broth, and I'm going to use the chicken broth as needed, depending on how fast or slow. And then I'm also going in with a little bit of chicken bouillon, a little bit of ranch, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Let me get the one that's open. I do have some open parm. And I have some grated that I'll put on the top. Let's add in our bacon bits. And you gotta be real quick, guys. Make sure your fire's not too high. So we're gonna add in some bacon bits. A little bit of parsley for the cuteness, because it really don't do nothing else. Okay, so now that it's like this, you're gonna need to add a little bit more chicken broth. The rest of it. And then this is when I go in with just a little bit more butter. I'll probably use a couple tablespoons more of butter. I like mine buttery. Okay. You don't need any more liquid than that, guys. At this point, it's just stirring. And I like ranch a lot, so I'm going to go in with a little bit more ranch in mine. Okay. Stir. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off. The rest is going to be plate presentation, so you'll see that in just a moment. Y'all, it is absolutely delicious. I wanted to show you the inside of the salmon. Hard to see, but there is the inside. It is perfectly done and juicy. The potatoes are amazing. The carrots are just the amount of sweet and salty. And yeah, girls, Pepsi. I need to give up Pepsi, y'all, but I ain't. Not right now. All right, y'all. I'm going to enjoy my food, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. See there? I can't even start the dang on video off on the right foot. I done turned these settings off. Dang heifer still. She's still in my business. Good morning, Rose fam. Happy Sunday. It's Sunday. Alexa, what date is it?
Today is Sunday, January 22nd, 2023 in Henderson.
Anybody ask y'all my business? Girl, dang. It's Sunday, January 22nd. Oh boy, this heifer here. What's going on, y'all? Got some laundry going on today. I swear, y'all, it's just not true if you don't have any dirty clothes going into the new year that you ain't gonna be doing a lot of laundry. Every single year I wash all of the clothes, put them all away, and still be doing laundry throughout the whole year. Somebody tell me the truth. Somebody tell me the truth. I've been lied to all these years. It just ain't true. I ain't even stopped eating the greens and the black-eyed peas. I don't know, y'all. I don't know why we've been lied to. Anyway, y'all, it is 11:26. I did not feel like cooking breakfast this morning, so hubby ate his ramen noodles. I'm about to eat me some Triscuits and just some cheese and probably some turkey meat on it with my mustard, of course. Mr. Coke having a peanut butter treat. Anyway, y'all, it's a beautiful Sunday. I don't think I have too much going on. I do need to grocery shop now. Last night I attempted to put in a Walmart grocery order, but they didn't have like 2 of the vital things that I need. So I just canceled it because I need them. So if I'm going to go in the street, I'm not about to pay shipment in a tip those fees when I still got to go out anyway. So either today or tomorrow I'll go to the grocery store. Definitely not looking forward to it. Let me see if I can prop you guys up so I can make my dang crackers while I'm talking to you guys. Hold on. So I'm uploading the video where I lapsed in No Spend January. So I don't know. It's not up yet. So y'all ain't had a chance to comment. So y'all, I hope y'all was nice to your girl. That's literally, y'all, it's retail therapy for me. Like when I'm stressed, I have to make things pretty so I can feel better. And that's what shopping does for me. Like, it's not the best therapy, but for me, making things look pretty makes me feel better. And so I don't always, when I have the retail therapy, y'all, I use mustard on my crackers. When I shop, I don't always even have to spend like a whole lot of money. I'll feel good, buying 5 things for $5 each, that kind of thing, or a couple things for $10 each. It's not even about going and spending lavishly. It's just about just something new and pretty. And that's it. Ty is currently getting his hair cut. The video is downloading for you guys right now, so hopefully it's not going to take too long. I did start putting my videos up in the morning, and I definitely will keep that going. It's just yesterday, like I said, it's just a lot going on, so I really didn't feel much like getting on the computer and creating or editing. the creating's already done. Actually, no, editing is very much creating as well. I had the oven roasted turkey breast, but I'm done with that. Hubby likes the honey. I don't care for the honey, but I buy it because he's the one that really eats the lunch meat. I'm not a lunch meat person, really. I would do without it. But I buy it because he likes to eat that honey. So now I'm just using just some of the slices for the cheddar. It's pretty much just like what they give you in the little Lunchables, honestly. And that's why I started doing it, because I'm like, that's the same thing. And they're like $4 each stinking Lunchable, when I could go ahead and buy the box. I mean, of course, the box is still like $3 something, and then the meat is $6 something. But I get more out of it, because when I buy the boxes, I gotta buy like 3 of them. And then that probably lasts a couple of days, because I honestly can substitute crackers and cheese for like a meal and be just fine with it. Okay. So, hold on, y'all. Let me put these away. Hold on. All right, y'all. This is nothing to write home about. My Pepsi, my crack. So, I'm going to go sit down and enjoy this and watch a little YouTube while the other ones upload. And then I know I got a lot of laundry to do. So, I don't think there's anything else right now. All right, y'all. So, I will be back.